Good morning, grade 2. I hope you're all okay. So this week's experience class, week 19, we're going to be looking into something. So let's have a look. So what is this? Good. It's a plant, right? It's some sort of flower, okay? It looks pretty beautiful, okay? So if we go to the next picture, this kind of plant. Oh, there's a fly inside of it, right? And it looks like what's it going to do? It's probably going to, good, it's going to eat the fly. Alright, so this plant is not a normal plant because normally plants they just need sunlight, water, and soil, and they'll be okay, right? However, this one it doesn't or just need that. It needs something else. What is this one? It's what we call a carnivorous plant. Okay, carnivorous plants eat other insects. Okay, so we're going to look at different carnivorous plants that eat other insects like flies, spiders, caterpillars, ants, all those kind of things. Okay, so there's actually quite a few around the world. So let's have a look. Ooh, this is a pretty one. Let's have a look. So this eats. Okay, it looks like a little like a lantern. And look here, it's got like a small baby bird, right? So these actually grow quite large. And you can see here, it's eating a small baby bird. I can never imagine a plant eating a baby bird. Alright, so let's have a look. This is called a pitcher plant. Okay, the pitcher plant comes from the name, you know the word we've learnt, pitcher, it's like a jug. If you look at it, it looks like a jug, right? So that's why it's called a pitcher plant. So let's have a look. All that's left of unfortunate frogs caught by this plant are little frog slippers. The skins are on the frog's feet is the only part the plant does not digest. Okay, so here this is a bird, but it actually eats other little frogs too. Imagine that, a plant eating frogs. Ooh, scary. Alright, next. Ooh, what do you think this one is? You might have seen this before. Okay. Yep, it's got a wasp or a bee in it, and it's going to eat this insect. Good. It's called a Venus flytrap. Okay. The reason it's called a Venus flytrap because when it's open, and if you look from the side, it looks like a V. Okay. So that's why it gets Venus, and then it's got the flytrap because it's designed to really catch flies or anything that flies around. Okay, so the leaves of the Venus flytrap snap shut if its tiny hairs are brushed twice by an unsuspecting bug. So inside of its mouth of the Venus flytrap, there are small hairs. So if something moves it 2 times, it closes. It closes, and when it closes, it traps the insect inside of this plant. Okay, so that's our Venus flytrap. Next. Ooh. Oh, that looks quite nice. So it looks a little bit like the picture one, right? But here it's very long and circular, so it comes from the ground, so it doesn't hang by trees. Okay? Here you can see it closes the lid and it's going to get this wasp. Okay? So it's called a yellow pitcher plant. So the slight difference of this is it's connected to the ground, whereas the other one hung from the treetops. Okay, so here the leaves of this meat-eating plant fill with rainwater. Bugs fly in, but they don't fly out. So how this one works? So you see, it's a long tube, right? When it rains, water goes inside, yes? And because it's like a jug, the water stays here, yeah? Because there's lots of water here, other insects like to drink water, so they will go inside of here and try to drink water. What happens is, it will then kind of close its lid slightly so the fly cannot get out. Okay, so it goes in to get water, and that's the last thing it's going to do. So this one's called the yellow pitcher plant. Next. Ooh, what is this one? Looks like a vegetable, right? Okay, so what it does, it catches flies and it goes in and kind of sticks and it stays there. This one is called a Cobra lily. Okay, so it looks like lilies, but it's called a Cobra lily because it, like a snake, it will eat other things. Okay, so it's called a Cobra lily. Okay, so bugs get confused by the translucent windows in the plant's leaves. They think they're escaping, but they're really flying deeper in. So what happens is bugs fly here and they look around and they think they're trying to get out of wherever they fly into, but it's actually they get trapped. And the reason why it's partly called Cobra is because of this. It gets confused. So cobras, if you ever seen a cobra snake, you can play music to it, right? And you can get it into like a trance. It's the same thing here, where insects get kind of into a trance and trying to find their way out, but they actually get stuck and stay inside this plant. Alright, next. Ooh, this one looks nice. All these little thick hairs. Looks like a cacti, right? Oh, here. So you see what it does. It gathers ants and then they get stuck. Okay, so this is called a Butterworth. Okay, so this Butterworth, let's have a look what it does. So Butterworth bristles have gluey hairs that snag insects until the plant's digestive juices do their work. So basically what happens is this ant is stuck. It cannot move, okay? Because the hairs are very sticky. It's like glue, okay? So the ant stays here and then the digestive juices, so it emits digestive juices for it to get the nutrients from the ant. So if you look here, this one's stuck. But if you look at the older ones, you can see they're all dried up because all the juices have gone inside of the plant. So this is what's going to happen to this ant. Okay, next. Oh, it's another one. It looks like the one we looked at earlier, okay? The pitcher plant, right? But this is actually a different type, okay? So because it can look like this, it doesn't have to be hanging. It can it can kind of grow like this, where they're all bundled. Okay, so this one is actually called a monkey cup. Okay, it's very similar looking to the pitcher plant, but this one's called a monkey cup. Okay, so insect larvae feed on the leftovers found inside the cups of these plants. Okay, so basically they capture other insects because of the leftovers from other dead insects, and that's how they catch more insects. Because you can see this ant is going inside to get the leftovers, the food that wasn't eaten, and then it's going to close its lid and it's going to eat this one too. So this is why it's called a monkey cup. Number 7. Oh, this one's pretty. It looks like coral reef, okay? All these little pretty flowers. Now, it's actually, all of these are long leaves, like this one here. And what it does, it wraps around the insect, okay? And it'll eat it this way. Okay, so you can see it's stuck. This fly is stuck on the hairs of this plant. And this one's called an Australian sundew. Okay, so this one is normally found in Australia and it eats other insects. So let's look. Thirsty bugs are drawn to what look like raindrops on the leaves, but the water is actually a glue-like substance to trap insects. Talk about a sticky situation. So here you're right, it does look like water, but it's actually, like I said earlier, little bits of glue. Okay, so sticky substances which catch the insect and they'll wrap it around and then digest it slowly. Okay, the last one we're looking at today. Oh, this one's pretty. It looks like just any normal flower. Now, it's a normal flower, but it does capture insects, but it grows in water, as you can see here, right? It grows in the water. So the top looks like a pretty plant, but then the bottom looks a little peculiar. Okay, so this one's called a big floating bladderwort. Okay, because the reason we call it big because it's big, but floating because it stays on the water. Okay, so these plants live in the water and trap tiny aquatic animals in their cup-shaped leaves. Okay, so basically aquatic means animals that can live by and in the water. Okay, and they come out of the water too. So basically they get trapped and then they are eaten. Okay, by these cup-shaped leaves. Alright, so these are the carnivorous plants that we've learned today. I also have a video for you guys to watch too. Okay, so I'll see you soon, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your experience class. Bye bye.